Hey guys, today I'm filming my Throwback Thursday of my September favorites from 2014. If you guys have never seen this series from me before, I'll have my playlist linked down below. And basically I'm going to be re-reviewing all the products I featured in my favorites video from 2 years back, letting you know whether those products are still favorites or whether I have replaced them with something I prefer. My inspiration for this series was Kristen Game. I'll have her channel and her playlist linked down below. I will also link down below the original favorites video, and I will list and link all the items that I'm mentioning. So in this favorites, it's actually like half and half of products that I never use anymore and products that I think are holy grail. My first favorite was using the Revlon Colorstay Whipped Foundation with the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. That foundation, I've actually went through one entirely, repurchased it, fell in love with it back then, but I don't like it. I actually tried to finish it up in my Project Use It Up 2015, and I ended up tossing it because I didn't like it. That foundation does give nice coverage, but it feels thick on my skin, especially once I start to get oily. I could really feel it on my face, and that one is hard to work with. You can use it with a sponge, but you definitely need to clean your sponge frequently because it can gunk it up. But if you use a brush, it really gunks up your brush. You do get streaks when you apply it, so that foundation is just a little too finicky for me. It does give good coverage, but it feels too heavy, so that is definitely not a favorite any longer. My next favorite was using the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush from their Studio line to blend out concealer on my blemishes. This is awesome for concealer either under the eye or on the blemishes, but I haven't used it in a while. Instead, I just blend out my concealer with a sponge, or I use this angled flat top precision brush from RC Cosmetics. Both of these work equally well. They're just totally different shapes. I just think this one does a really great job. This is like a mini version of the foundation brush that I love, so both of these work really well under the eye, on blemishes, so I recommend both of these. My next favorite was a combination of a brush and a product. I was using the e.l.f. Small Tapered brush, which is absolutely awesome for highlight, setting the under eye. I was using that to apply my under eye setting powder, which was the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural in the shade Light. I have completely used this up. I purchased this to be a face powder, but it was way too light for me, so I used it up by using it under my eyes, and this brush did do a really nice job of applying it. And this combination was a favorite, but I don't like this powder. It is not good for all over the face because I do have such oily skin. This was nice under my eye, but I'm not gonna buy this to use it as an under eye setting powder. But I do love this brush. I use this brush every single day to apply my under eye setting powder, so definitely recommend this. And the Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, not for oily skin. Next, I had a couple MAC blush favorites. These are my holy grail blushes of all time, and MAC is my favorite blush brand. The first one I have is a Sideshow U, which is a beautiful pinky coral. This is from the Simpsons collection. It has a satin finish. This blush is humongous. So much product here. The most perfect pinky coral ever. Just the perfect ratio of pink and coral. Stunning, very pigmented. Love that color so much. The other color I had was Peaches and Cream. This is a satin finish as well. This is part of the Sharon Osbourne collection, and this is more of a pinky rose shade. And I don't usually tend to reach for roses, but this color is so beautiful. And I actually purchased this for my MAC Facebook group. I'll have a link down below. I purchased Fleet Fast blush and this blush from there. It is a totally great site where people sell authentic MAC products, and I was able to get this for close to retail value. I absolutely love this blush so much. A stunning shade, really pigmented, and I love that satin formula. So both of these are still favorites. They are holy grail blushes of mine. My next favorite was for my brows. I was using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Taupe, which is the second lightest shade. This is a really nice cool tone color, but this is a bit too dark for me. It can look really dramatic. And I was applying it with my NYX B22 angled eyeliner brush. I love this brush. I use this with all of my brow pomades it works so well. So definitely recommend this brush. I know NYX redid their brush range. I don't think it is the same number, but I'm sure they have a brush that's really similar to this one. But as far as the dip brow goes, the formula is nice. This color is a bit too dark for me. It looks way too intense. And I do not love brow pomades. I am wearing one today. This is the Milani brow pomade, but I'm just trying to work through them. I really don't love them. I much prefer brow pencil and powder. I think it looks a lot more natural, and even though it takes longer, I like the finished look better. So the Anastasia brow pomade is definitely not a favorite of mine anymore, and the formula of this is nice. It's brow pomades in general that are not a favorite anymore, but I do love this brush. My next favorite was an eyeshadow. This is the Milani Bella Eyes eyeshadow in the shade Bella Cappuccino, and I had featured this as a favorite for a no makeup look. I do believe I have a tutorial on that look, so I will have that linked up here. And if you guys can see, this shadow is almost completely gone. All the product is worn away in the center, and I just have the outer rim. I love this as a transition color. It is a great neutral leaning cool tone eyeshadow. I do have an entire review on the Milani Bella Eyes eyeshadows. I'll have that linked up here, and I had some pretty varying thoughts on it, but really these shadows are good for basically one specific type of person. This is a pretty nice formula. It is really pigmented, easy to blend out, and I love this shade as a transition. I love using this a lot with my Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells trio, so I get a lot of use out of this in the springtime, so I definitely would still consider this shade a favorite. My next favorite was the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, and there was a look I created that I absolutely loved. So I was going back and forth either using Liar or Mugshot on the lid. Then I would use Trick in the center of the lid. I use Nooner as a crease color, Limit as a transition color, and Strange as a brow bone highlight. This is a beautiful rosy tone palette that is very flattering for fair skin, green eyes, which is what I have. I think this is gorgeous. I know for a lot of people this is their least favorite naked palette. For me, this is my most favorite naked palette. Spoiler, but this is going to be in my 2016 beauty favorites. If you guys haven't seen it, I do have a palette of the month, which I'll link up here, where I review this product and I show you several different looks using this palette. I love it. I think the quality of the shadows are really fantastic. There's really only one dud, and that is Trick, and you just have to apply it a certain way that is like packed really tight. But I really do love these. I wish there were some more matte shades, but Nooner and Limit are perfect crease and transition colors. And I know when people look at this palette, they think, oh my gosh, all those colors are all the same. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that the packaging is the same color, so they look like they all fade into one, and it's too monochromatic. But for me, I feel like all these shades are different and I love them. So this is definitely a favorite of mine, and definitely check out that palette of the month for more information on this. Next, I had a lip favorite. This is the MAC Patent Polish Lip Pencil, and my favorite was in the shade Fearless. This is a really pretty mid-tone pink that does have a blue undertone. I think it is super wearable for every day. I love the Patent Polish lip pencils. They have a bit of a thicker texture, so they last for a good amount of time, and they have a glossy finish, so they make my lips look really full and juicy. I absolutely love these, and I also really love the shade Go For Girly, and I was wearing these in combination with those MAC blushes. I was wearing the shade Fearless with Peaches and Cream, and I was wearing the shade Go For Girly with Sideshow You. I didn't mention this one in my favorites, but I love this combo. But back when I mentioned these 2 years ago, they were limited edition, but MAC has added these to the permanent line, which I'm really happy about. So the MAC Patent Polish lip pencils are definitely still a favorite. And the rest of my favorites were polishes. The first one I have is a combination of two OPIs. I was using OPI, my Dogsled as a hybrid, as my main polish, and then for an accent nail on my middle finger and my ring finger, I was using OPI Glitzerland, which is the most gorgeous sandy gold. This shade is part of the permanent line. I absolutely love it. It has a fantastic formula. It is a bit thinner, so it does take 2 to 3 coats to be opaque, but I don't mind that because I've had this for years and it is not even close to getting thick and dried out. And then OPI my Dogsled as a hybrid. This color is so stunning. It is muted but also bright. I don't even know how to explain it. This is such a stunning color. Opaque in 2 to 3 coats. This was part of a limited edition collection, but I believe the entire collection was added to the permanent line, which I'm really, really happy about. So I definitely would still consider this combination a favorite and the polishes individually. My next 2 polish favorites were part of a limited edition summer 2014 collection. These are the Wet n Wild Wild Shine polishes. They have changed the packaging over the past year and maybe the formulas, I'm not quite sure. So the shade I have would be Chambray Showers, which is a gorgeous cornflower blue, and I also have Ferris Wheel Romance, which is a beautiful pink tone peach. These polishes are 99 cents, and these are holy grail, opaque in 2 coats. Beautiful, beautiful shades. They last a long time. I am so impressed with the formula of this 99-cent nail polish. I'm so upset that these shades were limited edition because they're amazing. I do have another Wet n Wild Wild Shine, one of the newer shades, and it's amazing too. So definitely check out this formula, 99 cents, and these 2 colors are holy grails. My last polish favorite was a Milani color statement in the shade Corrupted Coral. These polishes were super hyped when they first came out. I purchased 2 of the shades. I don't think I've worn this in the past 2 years, so it's a pretty color, it's a good formula, but I guess it's not a favorite anymore. So guys, that was my Throwback Thursday of my September favorites from 2014. I would love to know your thoughts. If you've tried out any of these products, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.